The investment is going to be... How much would you like to...
The
What was once a lively town.
Come on, take a sip.
His eyes narrow and his posture straightens. All of a sudden, no trace of his drunkenness remains.
So it knows. You're one of them, and it sent you to kill me, right? Not going to happen. So, you don't even know what you're dealing with, do you? Then hear me out, because when I'm done, you'll join me here, drinking your brains out instead of thinking about cults, voices, and rituals. One thing I've come to realize is this. It doesn't exist. I know that sounds weird, since nothing to which people pray actually exists. But this is something else. It's not real. It's not a power in which you can feel in this world, or in which you can believe. It's more like a manifestation or something. Something evil.
His story suddenly stops. You realize he has frozen in place. His entire body is a solid. You hear a familiar voice.
Yes, sorry about that, but I think I have to cut in. As you can see, he's in no condition to explain things he doesn't actually understand. What we have here is the weirdness at its best. Observing the end times, people started praying. And since these were new prayers about new things, nobody was listening. And here we are, with a new, tangible power, born out of weirdness, twisted wishes, trying really hard to manifest in the physical world. You're still with me? Good. Now, there's a problem to solve here. We don't have enough time to handle this, but you do. So all's good. If you kill this man, the voice will lose the only opposition it currently has. It will grow in power and end up as a new god, a powerful part of this world. If you spare him, the voice will be angry. But in this state, it is still killable? That'd make my master happy, because another god is a complication we don't really need. Saving him will probably make your life more uncomfortable, because you will lose things created by the voice's power. But it will definitely make our lives easier when we have to clean up the mess that it will make in the end. So, decisions, decisions. All right, good. That certainly makes things just a little bit easier. For us, that is. For you, things are going to get considerably harder. But now that I think of it, well, if you get rid of the voice, then the old gods might reward you somehow. Maybe. Who knows? Anyway, I'm out of here. And don't worry about him. He'll come to his senses soon enough, and he won't remember a thing.
Godless healing! Godless healing!
Thank you for saving my son. Oh, this is a beautiful...
Oh, hell.
Hello, Noble.
As the flickering...
Welcome again.
The woman hides her hands behind her back.
Now, I have something for you. You found when you filled your pocket. Within the weirdness, you hear a voice.
I knew you would come.
Pale blue eyes pierce your soul. The eyes are terrifying, yet when the silhouette of the man they belong to appears, you're suddenly not afraid anymore. He's an elderly man leaning all his weight on a walking stick.
If you need to ask, you don't need me yet.
The investment is going to be worth...
No, he's gone, and he'll never return. This is not the time for us to talk. Safe travels. Ah, so it is time for us to talk after all. Now, give me what I need to see. Yes, yes, yes. I've wanted to lay my hands on this beauty for a long time.
He takes the book in his wrinkled hands, stroking the cover with the utmost respect. Then he rifles through the pages, mumbling to himself.
Of course.
He starts muttering under his breath.
The key is the union between light and darkness. Your Minher represents the darkness. It was a place of worship for those who cherished death and rebirth. A minor sect of the Four Dwellers. yet quite powerful. Then, where humans came with our own goddess, the Lady of Life, and also rebirth, the All-Mother, and we worshipped her all across the land. I see. You need blood. Sacrifice yourself to the Minir. Get to the state between life and death, and then something will happen. It's not quite clear what, but it will help. I will keep the book as a token of your gratitude for my translation. There is nothing else there that you would find useful, and I need to go.
feels like an echo of something that happened before.
The investment is going to be...
Thank you. This is wonderful. Now my shop, our shop of course, can prosper.
The investment is going to be worth it, I promise.
Knowing that you can't die and that you'll be reborn, you cut deep into your flesh in the hope that your sacrifice will at least save this village and its people from the weirdness. Or, if all of your efforts are in vain, because corruption will eventually destroy this world, maybe at least you'll make sure that your friends end up a little bit happier. You feel cold. Then suddenly you hear a voice.
What marvelous work you do here. I'm truly impressed.
Death appears in front of you.
That's exactly what we needed. The things you do here, you see, they help to establish certain parts of the narrative. They're blueprints for how certain things will unfold in the past and in the future. Your original body and mind came here on one of the first ships that reached this island. But let's say you're blacksmith. In your calendar, he won't be born for at least another 400 years. But your work here, well, it will allow him to have a happy ending in his own timeline. Your deeds here make all the difference. Saving people from this corrupted reality and helping them here allows the rest of the world to function. It's too bad that you're stuck here until all of the people here are saved from this reality's corruption.
You're pretty sure death just laughed.
But it's time to give your friend, the lost soul, his identity back. Don't you think? Treat him well, for his is the greatest mind ever to grace Avalon.
If death had a face, it would look at you with parental condescension.
No.
You're left alone, back at the feet of the men here.